Well, I haven't made a video in a while, but there has been some real big improvements over the last, well, couple of hours, really. You can see I filled the spillway in, put about a foot of dirt in it, or more. The plan is to bring the pond up. You can see the pipe there. I've actually cut the pipe about 3 inches above the water level, and then put a what do you call it, like a union, PVC union there, so I could actually make the dam higher eventually. But right now, all in all, it'll come up about another I'd say 1.5 feet. You can see we're flooding out a lot more land here now. Now I've dug it all by hand. I got my dirt over here on the bank. I used some sandy soil on this side, where if we did happen to have a big rain, it could wash this out, just to save the rest of the dam. But all this dirt here is so hard packed, it's not going anywhere at all. We'll go see if we can see a fish right quick while we're letting the pond fill up. There's probably about 150 to 200 fish in here right now. I've got some brim, bass, crappie. I still don't have any catfish. I might still have some goldfish left, and I know I've probably got about 200 or 300 minnows in here. But you can see it's really flooding now. We got about 3 more inches to fill up, but I don't think we're going to go much higher with the dam. I seen a big largemouth in here a minute ago. He normally hangs out up here where the minnows hang out. I doubt you can see it because of the glare, but there's a ton of minnows in this hole right here. But this is where the bass seem to hang out. I can see why. That's where all the food is. But it's coming together nicely. I plan to clean it up really good down here. Make it look really good. Well, we've backed a lot of water up. The 2 of my hydro generators messed up, but a lot of that was my fault because I didn't have any kind of screen on my intake pipe. They were more for testing anyways. I need to get this trash out of here. But you can see we built it up today, or I built it up today. So that's the new spillway there. And it'll actually only run whenever we get heavy rain. I've noticed that whenever we do get a large rain, the pond itself doesn't raise but about 2 inches. So I figure if we keep it 2 inches from full water level, when we get a big rain, it should just flow right through here. And if we get a big enough rain, all of this sandy soil, and there is rock mixed in with it, it should just wash out, and it'll save the rest of everything else. That way all this here can flood. I can always, fill this back in. That's not a problem. But the water basin, or the rain basin, isn't, that big here. So I don't really have much to worry about, I don't think. I only have 1 generator running right now. With the increased level of the water, I actually found I can run 1 generator and make more power than I did having all 3 running. So I might just run 1 bigger generator and block the rest of them off. We'll walk down here and just cut it on for a second because I really want the pond to fill up without draining any more water out. I took the generators apart the other day and rebuilt them, cleaned them up and everything, and from not having a screen on it, There's a lot of sediment and all kind of junk through it. We'll cut her on for just a second. Damn, it's muddy. Let's see here. We've only got one running right now, but we've got a ton of pressure on it. I've got the other ones taped off because I don't have valves on the pipes yet. This one's wire broke. One of the red wire, or the positive wire broke on that one, and this one here, all the grit and everything has just wore the bearings out in it. But for $10, I'll buy another one. I'll probably just buy one large one and block these off. Maybe even just find a fitting where there's just, the generator connects directly to this, so the water's flowing out. You see, we got lights off of one, and before we had to run all three in series in order to get just one to light up. So we're making a lot more power now. So there's some pressure on it, which is really good for just one. I mean, still see there is air in it. Try to get some of that air out. I'm eventually just going to buy 3 brand new ones, put a really good filter up top. If you have a recommendation on the kind of filter I should put on that pipe up top, that'll just block any kind of sediment, any kind of foreign material, anything like that, leaves or whatever, but will not restrict flow. Leave in the comments. I'd really like to know. But we're going to cut it off and let it fill up. I wish I'd have went larger than a 4-inch main drain pipe. I probably wouldn't have really had to worry about a spillway. If I'd have went with probably 6 or 8-inch, it'd have been able to handle the entire flow, even at, the greatest flood stage. But I think I've got my elevation right now for the spillway. It's about a good 10 inches, I'd say, below the top of the dam. But, if that one big rain came, which it could, and it will happen, I'd rather this right here just wash away as like a safety plug. And this here, this will be the first line of defense. Then if it does get bad, this ground here is hard enough. I know it won't wash out, but it would just wash this small kind of safety plug away. And I can always get more dirt. There's tons of dirt everywhere. Let's see, right now I'd say we're about 1.5 inches from where I'm going to keep the pond at. That's going to be the main drain. So from now on, the water will be coming through here, not the spillway. Spillway will pretty much be emergency use only. This right here is where we got most of our dirt from. We just kind of scraped it off the banks. But it'll all be planted in grass. Put a deer stand up here. There's all kind of wildlife in this area. But yeah, I'll make some more updates once we get all finished and it looks good. Get some grass planted. Make sure to like and subscribe on these videos. I'm kind of out of breath. I'm really tired. I worked really late last night and it was a hard week. Let's just say that. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit down here today. Pretty much done digging for the remainder of the day. That's my old shovel that I used to do most of the work. It's all broke and has holes in it. But it works. I've got some fish traps in a creek. About 200 yards from here, there's a bigger creek down there that I've been catching minnows and putting them in here for the bass and crappie and everything, and they've been eating well. And there should be enough natural food in this creek with crawfish and salamanders and, you know, whatever fish eat that are in here. You can see before the pond stopped, like right here, and I've already flooded way up. I have probably 3 to 4 inches of water over what it used to be, and it's only gonna get higher because I know that pipe will stop up with leaves and material. Well, so 3 hours later, and the pond, it's at its new elevation here. It's a new height elevation. You can see it's running through the new main drain, and you can see how much we have to go before we hit the spillway. So that'll be ready for a storm. If we get a big storm or whatever, it'll just drain right through there. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to try to see if we can actually make power now if we cut that penstock pipe and actually put the generators right here, right below the dam. That way we don't have to run wires all the way up here to illuminate the dam and everything, because we want to put lights inside the water. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Whoa! Out here stocking the pond, guys. Hey, trying to get this pond stocked out here. What we got in the live well here? We'll look. Oh no, one's dead.
Throw that one back in.
I got one. Out here fishing.
I want to put them in there.
Got a small largemouth stuck in the pond. Hey, out here fishing with the family. Hey, out here at Coneross, stuck in the pond.
Oh, that will. It hit.
Oh.
What's in there, buddy?
There is a
What's in there?
a worm.
Boy, put all them worms on the ground. 'Cause that's what we're fishing with, man.
Come on.